My number one question I constantly get is, how do you keep your pool water so crystal clear through the whole summer? Today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how I do it. Welcome back to a beautiful sunny Texas summer day. The pool looks amazing. Let me kill the pump real quick. Make it a little easier for you to hear me. I'm going to back away from the skimmer there. It's just doing its job. Okay, so I get it all the time. You can clearly see the bottom. I just want to kind of, first of all, I am no expert. I will never claim to be a pool expert. I've had this channel for a while talking about my pool and upgrades that I do to it. But all I'm going to do is share with you what works for me. I've never worked for a pool company. I don't work in a chemical, a pool chemical company. I've used pool chemicals before. I don't anymore because of the basic maintenance that I do that I want to share with you guys today. So what do I use chemical wise in my pool all summer long? I use absolutely nothing but what goes in that float right there. I use chlorine tablets. That is the only chemical I put in my pool. I don't even have a water tester. I used to buy water testers. I stopped buying them. And if you purchase them, that's great. If you like to know exactly what the pH balance of your water is, I'm not knocking anybody. I don't do any of that. Basically, all I do is I try to keep it as simple as I can. If the water is clear and clean, and when I get into it, it doesn't smell, it doesn't burn my eyes horribly, and it just stays crystal clear, I don't mess with it. I leave it alone. Now, I am definitely very fortunate. I live in a part of Texas that gets very dry and very hot. We don't have a ton of humidity usually. This year we're getting a lot more rain than normally. Now, those of you who are in an area that get a lot more rain, or those of you who have a bunch of trees around your pool, I have 0 trees above my water. Makes my life so much easier. Now, if you have trees around your pool, you have to skim that stuff out daily. If you don't skim that stuff out daily, algae will start. The second a leaf or debris falls on top of the water and it sinks to the bottom, the process of algae going starts really quickly. Now, as far as the maintenance of getting that stuff out, I am very fortunate that a company, Aiper, has sent me that vacuum and that top water skimmer. I use the skimmer 24/7. That thing is constantly running because it's constantly picking up bugs. Now, I am not somebody who could probably afford all these pool tools on a regular basis. I'm very blessed that companies send me these things to test out. That way I can share my experience and let you guys know what I think of them. But if I could not afford something like that, I would be out here with my regular pool net and I would skim the top of the water daily. That's the most important thing right there, is skimming the top of your water daily. Next, I run that vacuum every 3rd day, whether the pool needs it or not. I put that vacuum in, I let it do its thing. Now, if I wasn't blessed to have a nice fancy vacuum like that, I have my old school video that I put out 4 or 5 years ago. I had a vacuum, a pole, and a hose, and that's exactly how I vacuumed my pool, but I did it every 3 to 4 days just to keep the pool clean and keep debris out. Now, let's talk about vacation. Are you going to leave your house for a week or so and leave your pool unattended? I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to come back to algae forming in your pool if you don't have somebody to take care of it for you. My suggestion is, if you're going to go out of town for a week and you have a nice clean pool before you leave, ask a friend, ask a family member to come and skim it, to vacuum it if possible. If they can't vacuum it, see if you have a robot, throw that in the pool for you while you're gone. But most importantly, to clean out your skimmer and to skim any debris off the top of the water, and to keep your chlorine float full of chlorine. Now, let's say by chance I started getting algae in my pool. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shock it. I'm going to throw a bag of shock in there. That shock will generally wipe out any algae that starts to form right away. A lot of times if algae gets really bad and you shock it, you'll throw your vacuum in there and you'll circulate the pool for a couple of days. The pool water will tend to get cloudy. If you get cloudy water and the cloudiness will not go away, there's a product called Dropout or Flock, and you can use that product, and the flock will cause that cloudiness the microscopic debris that's causing that cloudy water to drop to the bottom of the pool, and then you can vacuum it out. I also have detailed information about that in my video called Cloudy Pool Water Fix, which I'll link in the description of this video. I do not want to forget talking about backwash. Make sure you backwash your pool. I do mine at least once a week in the middle of summer, sometimes twice a week. You can definitely choose to go to a pool store and ask them to test your water, and they will sell you all kinds of chemical. I am not knocking that at all. If that's what makes you feel better, do it. But there are ways of avoiding that and doing it yourself. The biggest part is just staying up on your maintenance. I did not want to forget to talk about these water fountains. These things are awesome by Pool Hacker. It really helps. I've noticed a big difference in the water temperature since I've been running it, and it feels really good on your back. These Intex pools are so much cheaper than the heavy-duty above-ground metal framed pools. That's why I try to make these videos, just to help you keep the cost down and make it even cheaper to enjoy a nice swimming pool, and by doing the maintenance yourself. And if you're brand new to pool, like, the most important thing I can tell you, keep this thing full all summer long. Keep plenty of chlorine in there. Don't let it run out. If it runs out for a day or two, that's, I mean, you're just asking for issues. Keep it full. You're not over chlorinating it by keeping 3 or 4 tablets in at all times. Liquid chlorine does work. I don't really prefer liquid chlorine. I just don't like the concentration of it. I'd rather have a float like that. And I've never in 10 years there's one time I had bad algae, and it's when I made that Cloudy Pool Fix video. It's because I went on vacation and didn't have anybody help me maintenance the pool while I was gone. Last but not least, I get a question, how often do I run my pump? I usually run my pump in the middle of summer 8 hours a day. I will run the filter for 8 straight hours. I set it for about noon every day. It'll run till about 8 o'clock at night. It'll shut down and it'll turn back on at noon the next day. That is it. I hope this video helped somebody out there. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it. These pools are awesome to have, but you got to keep the maintenance up. If you don't keep your maintenance up, you're going to be battling a dirty, algae-filled pool all summer long. And these things are way too much fun to enjoy. You don't really want to be swimming in green water. So thank you for taking the time to watch another video. I have tons of pool videos. I will leave a playlist in the description of this video that you can catch everything from my plumbing upgrades to how I made these PVC pipes to hold umbrellas. All kinds of cool upgrades to these pools. Thank you for watching another video. Have a blessed day.